Day 37. The Tenderloin. I really like the Tenderloin. It's become one of my most favorite neighborhoods in San Francisco. It is a neighborhood that is very misunderstood. It is a very resilient neighborhood. And one thing that really pisses me off when people talk about the Tenderloin, they tend to do it overwhelmingly, I've found, in this like really like pitying, like, oh, those poor folks in the Tenderloin. Oh, with all due respect, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Do y'all realize that the Tenderloin used to be the fancy theater and entertainment district? That's literally why there's more than 400 National Historic Sites in the Tenderloin, by far the largest concentration in San Francisco. Okay? So the reason why it's called the Tenderloin is because cops knew that they could buy tenderloin, aka the prime cut of beef. I don't eat meat, but y'all, tenderloin, by accepting bribes in the Tenderloin. Okay? Because that's all the stuff that went on there. All the theater, entertainment, etc. When the earthquake and fires happened in 1906, when they rebuilt San Francisco, they moved all the fancy hotels north of Geary Street, which above Union Square, are more concentrated around Union Square, more or less. And if you know anything about San Francisco, if you've stayed in Union Square, you know that it's not that hard to walk a couple blocks over and then you're in the middle of the Tenderloin. So that rebuilding is one of the factors that went into creating that pocket of poverty that we now know as the Tenderloin. Every city has a Tenderloin. Skid Row, Kensington. Something that I've always found to be very interesting is that I didn't visit Kensington. I was actually advised not to, but Skid Row and the Tenderloin are right next to City Hall. I think that's very strategic. It's very deliberate. It's very much speaking to the real state of affairs in the United States. I've also been told that there was, for the longest time, a tent city at the White House. That does not surprise me either. Anyway, we're here to talk about the Tenderloin. So the Tenderloin, the other things about the Tenderloin is that after the rebuilding of San Francisco, and after that became, by design, a poorer neighborhood for marginalized folks, it became a haven for LGBTQ people, particularly trans folks, sex workers, cross-dressers, lots of unhoused folks. And it is currently the site of what was for many years the only, but by far the first, transgender cultural district in the entire world. The Tenderloin is also one of the most diverse parts of San Francisco. I hate when people like categorize an entire neighborhood based on the kind of food that you can find there, because that's obviously the most important. But the thing is that in the Tenderloin is a home to like Syrian refugees, lots of East Asian communities like Laotians, Vietnamese. It's known as Little Saigon. Parts of it is like defined as Little Saigon. Cambodian refugees, a lot of people from Yemen. So insanely diverse. The other thing about the Tenderloin? Lots of families and kids. So another shameless plug for my Tenderloin tour. There's a part of me that is happy that I didn't design a tour for the Tenderloin until literally 4 years into my career in tourism, because it's a neighborhood and it's a place that I have got so much appreciation for, and that it really took me this time to really learn and gain an appreciation for all the history. But I really want to take things a step further, and it's not about pitying, and it's not about, clutch your pearls. No, fuck all that. Let's talk about the real history of the Tenderloin, okay? Compton's Cafeteria Riot. I barely scratched the surface, folks. Chuckers Riot. New Hall, San Francisco Stonewall, 1964. I've done other videos talking about all this, but please, come and take my Tenderloin tour in San Francisco, or at least do some research about the vibrant, amazing, incredible place that is San Francisco's Tenderloin.